My dad had a little project that I managed while I was going to school, and I did some other projects while I was in school. So I was interested in construction and finding out that I was falling in love, quite frankly, with construction. I liked that. And I saw that as an opportunity to build a company. Our early jobs were estimated by him as he taught me to estimate according to the way he had learned to do that. So when he did an estimate, I assumed that anybody could perform each line item according to the numbers that he put down. So my goal was to beat each line item. I guess early on, before we had computers and before we realized that what we call our EOJ, end of job projections, started right off the bat with me taking a line item that my dad had put down and thinking, I'm going to figure out how to get that done just a little bit more economical. And that's affected the way we run the business for the last 60 years. There are lots of stories I could tell you about working with Dad and the influence he had on me and some of the things he taught me. I used to say that if he sent a truck somewhere with a load in his mind, well, then it needed to bring something back on the return trip. That was kind of the way he managed everything he did, had to have a purpose. He just believed in doing everything right. And he would be the reason that got me to wanting to be the best that we could be, because that's the way my dad was. If we were going to do it, we were going to do it better than anybody else. Whatever we were doing, it was going to be something we'd be proud of forever. But I remember we did a little work for the Ford dealer, and we traded some of that work for our first pickup truck. It's referred to as the green truck, and it's in the museum now. But that was the first truck we had in the early Yates company. And we were doing the sorority house here at Ole Miss while I was in law school, and that was our largest project to date. And he could sense over our noon phone calls that I was uncertain about something. So unannounced, he showed up in the green truck and helped me work through the problems, the concerns that I had. Just another time he sensed that I wasn't sure about something, and he showed up and he said, well, I see how you did it. We were getting ready to have a pour, and he said, and what you've done is just right. Well, you didn't have to do that much. You could have done, and he showed me a more economical, easier way to do it to get the same result. He was all about how to make every move count. I learned from him about forming concrete. He had some super ideas that were a little revolutionary and ahead of the times, but they were correct.
Sounds like he was a lean expert before.
He was. He was. And I've not thought of it like that, but yes, that's exactly right. Later on, in the last year or so of his life, he rode to Jackson with me, and he was terminally sick. But we went down and we looked at the MDOT building that we were building, rode up on the construction elevator together and looked at it right in downtown Jackson. He was thrilled to death to see it and enjoyed that with me. And riding back to Philadelphia, he just said, I never thought I'd see us get to do projects this large in Mississippi, and that's a thrill for me, son, to see that going on. When he was in the hospital and he never left the hospital, I went through the financials for that year with him, and we had gotten to a level that I didn't think we could get to, and we had. Certainly not anything like the level we have now, the level that William and the team have taken us to now, but it was a big level in revenue for the company at that point. And I was spending the night with him in his hotel, in his hospital room, and he looked at me and he said, well, you did it. And I said, no, we did it. He said, no, you did it. I said, no, we did it. He said, okay, we did it. And we did do it. It was always such a team effort.